she sleeps and her clients reveal their deepest desires. But who remains the real mystery in this story? The film begins with a man in a lab preparing a small tube, and a beautiful woman enters as a test subject. Lucy, the woman, does this to make money for her expenses. She's a university student who also works as a copier in an office during the day, a waitress in the evening, and now seeks extra income through odd jobs. After a night out with a friend, Lucy meets two middle-aged men at a bar. They flip a coin to decide who gets a ride home with whom. Lucy stays behind with one of the men. The next morning, Lucy returns home to find her sister and her sister's partner in the kitchen. After giving him her share of the rent, she's reminded to clean the bathroom. Later, Lucy visits her friend Birdman, an alcoholic who is attracted to her, though Lucy doesn't reciprocate. Despite this, she enjoys Birdman's company, often smiling and laughing. Only when she's with him, Lucy takes care of Birdman, ensuring he eats and takes his medication. But his growing addiction pushes her to seek another job for more income. One day, Lucy spots a newspaper ad for a modeling gig that pays more than twice her usual wage. She immediately calls and schedules an interview. At the meeting, she is introduced to Clara, a middle-aged woman who runs a company offering lingerie modeling and catering at upscale dinners for male clients. Clara assures Lucy that no sexual contact is allowed and asks her a series of personal questions. Lucy feels at ease around Clara, who then checks Lucy's body for any imperfections, such as scars or tattoos. Finding none, Clara hires her under the stage named Sarah for privacy. Excited by the high pay of $250 an hour, Lucy prepares by booking a spa appointment and waxing her body. In the following days, Clara trains her in waitressing and Lucy practices at Birdman's apartment while preparing his meals. The day arrives and Lucy is instructed to meet her driver in a dark alley, where she is taken to a large suburban house. Upon arrival, she is greeted by the manager, who tells her to change into lingerie and do her makeup in a separate room. After helping her with makeup, the manager leaves Lucy in modest white clothing. Unlike the other girls who wear more revealing black outfits, symbolizing her different role, Lucy is then led to the kitchen where she meets the staff and other girls. Soon they move to the dining room to await the arrival of guests. Shortly after, elderly men and one woman in tuxedos fill the room and dinner begins. Lucy's task is to serve wine while the other girls serve food. After a few hours, the manager lets Lucy leave early, handing her an envelope with her pay at home. Lucy counts her salary and feels financially secure, burns one of the bills as a symbol of her newfound freedom. As time passes, Lucy neglects her other part-time jobs, begins to live more comfortably and grows familiar with her waitressing role. Her financial situation and lifestyle improve significantly when her sister's boyfriend kicks her out. Lucy easily rents a large apartment with a city view. One day, Clara's assistant calls with a higher-paying opportunity. Lucy meets her driver, who takes her to Clara's country mansion. Upon arriving, she notices a young woman being dragged out by a security guard and placed into a car. They briefly make eye contact, but Lucy doesn't think much of it and proceeds inside to meet Clara. Clara asks Lucy to shower and then join her in the sitting room over tea. Clara explains a new job. Lucy will sleep deeply after drinking special tea, and a client will merely sit beside her through the night. The client is owed to sit near Lucy and observe her sleep, but nothing more. Drawn by the high pay, Lucy agrees and drinks the tea. That night, Clara escorts Lucy to the master bedroom where she will be sleeping. As Lucy drifts into a deep sleep, Clara quietly brings her client into the room. They sit at the foot of the bed and the client begins to recount a story he remembers from childhood. Clara listens patiently, and when the client finishes, she gently reminds him of the rules for the visit, to which he agrees. Left alone with the sleeping Lucy, the client undresses and lies beside her in bed. The next morning, Lucy receives a call from Birdman, who has overdosed on painkillers. Lucy rushes to Birdman's home, finding him gravely ill. At his last request, she comforts him until he quietly passes away. At Birdman's funeral, Lucy runs into her ex-boyfriend and jokingly asks if he'll marry her, mimicking her past playful banter with Birdman. However, her ex, not getting the joke, takes it seriously and declines, citing Lucy's issues as reasons for his refusal. Lucy continues working for Clara, but after one session Lucy wakes up feeling uncomfortable and noticing a small mark on her skin. She starts wondering about what happened during her sleep. Driven by curiosity and worry, Lucy decides to secretly record her next session to find out what happens. By now Lucy has lost her job at the downtown office for repeatedly missing work, and even at the restaurant she starts skipping shifts. One night, out of boredom, she decides to work at the restaurant as Clara hasn't called for another session after her shift. A coworker invites her out for drinks and she agrees. The night ends with them skinny dipping and spending the night together. The next morning Lucy is awakened by her phone ringing. Clara's assistant is calling. Still groggy and hungover from the previous night, Lucy scrambles to find clean clothes and grabs her hidden camera for her upcoming session. When Lucy steps outside, Clara's driver is already waiting for her on the way. Lucy suddenly asks him to stop so she can vomit by the roadside. When she arrives at the mansion, Clara's there to greet her and asks if she's okay. Though Lucy doesn't feel well, she forces herself to work, unwilling to miss out on the substantial paycheck. This session is different from her previous ones as it requires her to sleep through the entire night. Lucy, knowing the hourly pay will triple while Clara prepares tea in the sitting room, Lucy asks what happens in the room while she's asleep. Clara refuses to answer, emphasizing that her clients are powerful men and their privacy and reputation must be protected. Lucy pleads for answers, but Clara remains firm, fearing the potential for blackmail. Lucy reluctantly drinks the tea under Clara's watchful eye. As usual, Clara leads her to the bedroom and watches her fall asleep. Once Clara leaves, Lucy, fighting that effects, retrieves a hidden camera she has concealed in her mouth. Lucy scans the room, hides a small camera discreetly and goes to sleep. Just before Clara and a client enter, Clara places a tray of tea at the foot of the bed, preparing it with 3 scoops. This time instead of 1, the client drinks it, undresses and lays next to Lucy just like before. The following day, Clara notices that the elderly client is unresponsive. She quickly wakes Lucy, who realizes something went wrong overnight. Lucy wakes up next to the client, who shows no signs of life, causing her to panic. The story concludes with Lucy's shock and the implication that she should have questioned things sooner. Lucy realizes too late that her comfort